Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is your Power Echo Show with Mejeli Silkalunji, and yeah, I'm back. Today we're gonna talk about how you can become oversubscribed, how you can become in demand, how you can become profitable in your brand, in your business. And remember, even in your job, in your career, you are the brand, you are the CEO of your specific role, because you ask for a contract and you sign for that contract, and so you have to treat your career like a business, and you have to treat your business like a job until it's profitable. So can we agree that the only people that matter are your people? The only people that matter when all is said and done, when you are literally, when you're off social media and you're doing your thing, the only people that matter are your people. Those people that do not care who else is out there. They do not care who else is selling the same stuff. They do not care what else is out there. They will buy from you every single time, and they'll drive for miles. They'll wait for your link to become live. They'll wait for you to launch your product. They'll spread the word about you. They will let the world know about you without you paying them a penny. You are wanting to find those people. Before we go any further, if you are new to this platform, this is my vote of welcome to you. Welcome to your Power Echo Show with Mejeli Silkalunji, a KalungiGroup and wordin.org.uk, where we serve the Black migrant woman, the people of color who are running their businesses, who are trying to create a new life and change their destiny. And if you are a repeat visitor, this is my vote of gratitude to you. Thanks for showing up, for inspiring me to educate, empower, entertain, and we'll talk about those three words in a bit. So before we go any further, so go right ahead and subscribe to this channel, because I share a ton about web design, personal branding, search engine optimization, and Pinterest marketing, Pinterest sauce. I help you raise your game and earn more money in your digital space. So subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. And let's get on to today's topic. This is your Power Echo Show with Mejeli Silkalunji. You can learn more about me at KalungiGroup.com. I've been known to get people from zero to shiro in less than 5 weeks. I am also the projects lead on with Women and Digital Inclusion, where we empower women to turn their hobbies into profitable businesses. Now, a lot of business owners and marketers focus on the masses. When you start your business, you think, oh, I want everybody to come and buy from me. See, being in this position is a problem. Why is it a problem, right? Because you're focusing on everybody, and that means you're not focusing on anybody, and that attracts nobody. Focusing on everybody attracts nobody, because nobody feels your message, nobody feels you, nobody feels connected to your message and to your product. They might think, yeah, they might know it's out there, but they don't think it's for them. It means you're always fighting the market forces, the supply and demand, the demand and supply forces, which are outside your control. And the solution to all this is very, very simple. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's simple. And that means you have to create your own pipeline. You have to create your own market. You have to create your own people and become in demand. That's why I say when I started that the only people that matter are your people. And some of you may think, what are you talking about? You're talking semantics, is it jargon in this, da 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 da. And quite a few people keep saying, oh, Julie, we don't really understand what you're saying. And I'm saying, you're not my people then. Because the people that you speak to understand what you say. They don't even have to watch you live. They are busy out there hustling and working. And that's when I started doing these lives, I was actually focusing on everybody. And then I started dialing in on who I truly wanted to serve and who that organization, and I'm talking organization, business owner, marketer, what that looked like. And so I stopped speaking to the masses and started creating content and reaching out to communities and forums where that organization those people hang out. And so doing what I do right here, right now, is to serve the people that I still used to serve when I first started, because a lot of people still reach out to me. But the reality is I'm now serving, I'm serving a bigger picture, and a lot of people don't see the bigger picture. Let's take a look at an example. Let me give you an example. I'll give you two examples. Consider a chef, right? Chefs in the UK, there are quite a few chefs. There are cafes, restaurants, tea shops, organizations that need somebody to cook for them, schools, you name it, they all have a chef or a cook. Call them a cook. And most of them just about make above minimum wage. The average wage for a chef is about £11 an hour. And it's about the same as I made when I was a healthcare assistant. That's what I started out when I came to UK. I started out as a healthcare assistant and I joined an agency and they were offering me around £11 an hour for a 12-hour shift back in 2000. Now, according to Indeed UK, chefs or cooks salaries are on average between £12,000 and £16,000 a year. And more experienced chefs who are called sous chefs, they earn between £20,000 and £30,000 a year. And then the more experienced chefs, like the head chef of a restaurant, they usually command between £25,000 and £50,000. So not a very sexy sounding career. They work in very hot and sometimes very small, squeezed environments, and they walk away with that kind of money. Now, in economic terms, you could argue that there is an oversupply of chefs, meaning there's absolutely no reason for anyone who owns a restaurant, unless it's the chef themselves, to pay much more for a chef than £11 an hour. We all know that some chefs command 6 figures. So why is there that disconnect in income? Someone earning just above minimum wage and then someone commanding 6 figures a year. They are celebrities. Their restaurants have waiting lists. They are by appointment. They're exclusive. Why? Why are some people commanding so much attention in terms of income? I'm not talking about attention like popular, but attention banking. And you all know that as an adult, your report card is your bank balance. Because they have made their own market. They have made, I'll say this again, they have made their own market. They are not competing in the marketplace. They have created their own distribution channel. They are the brand and they have a digital footprint. You could argue, what do I mean by a digital footprint? Hey, Julie, I have a Facebook account. I have Twitter. I have Instagram. I have a channel. Is that channel delivering the results you want for you in your business, in your career? Because there are some people crushing it on social media with their career. They are not business owners. They have a career. And their career is delivering them consultation after consultation, stage presences right here on social media. Why? Because they have a digital footprint. They have a branded, number one, website. They have a website that's branded to them. Not a Wix, Weebly, or whatever other templated platform that you have out there that offers you a website for free. They have one branded to them. Number two, they have social media profiles that are branded to them. So you ask yourself, is your social media profile speaking your message? Is it branded to you? Do people recognize your brand when they visit, when they randomly find a social media post? Do they recognize that that's you? Number two. Number three, they have resources that are branded to them that people are actively looking for and consuming. Resources like books, ebooks, podcasts, YouTube channels, TikTok channels, TV channels. Now you could say those are social media channels. There's a slight small difference, and those little, the devil is in the detail. They are public speakers. A lot of you are still scared of even doing a live. Even now when Facebook is no longer giving you thousands of free live viewers, you're still scared of showing up live. In fact, you're now more scared because you think, I don't want to sit on my live by myself. But let me tell you something. There is no single person who's been brave enough to switch on their camera and do a live stream on Facebook or on Twitter or on LinkedIn or TikTok who does not have a view. After 24 hours, 48 hours, someone somewhere will have viewed your content and will have consumed it and will be feeling like you were speaking to them. So you got to get out of your own head, get out of your own way, and understand that you will not impact anyone if you keep hiding behind your screen and hide behind yourself. They are educators. All these people are educators. You watch their shows, you tune to their podcasts, you want to learn something from them. If you wanna create something, if you wanna bake a cake, if you want to cook some amazing dish, you're going to go on YouTube and you're going to find Jamie Oliver's channel and you're going to go learn how to bake whatever cake you want to bake, because you are learning from them. They've given free value to you. And guess what? When they launch their next book, who's going to be buying? You or someone like you. They have mastered the 3 E's, and I've been talking about these 3 E's for years. Educate, entertain, empower. Educate, entertain, empower. Educate, entertain, empower. Do those three things together, or two of them or one of them at any one given time, with a special ingredient called a unique selling point. You have to have something unique about you that people come to. Now I'll tell you something, and I say this with a lot of humility. I am the only one, the only black woman, black African woman who has been teaching you these things for the last 8 years without stopping. And I have been teaching you these things for free on social media. Everybody else may be doing so right now, but I am the only one. And I tell you, there's something unique about what I offer, that if I get with you one-on-one and you give me an opportunity to pour into you, you're going to change your life. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. And I don't say it with pride. I say it with a lot of humility and confidence. That's what I do. So you have to have that unique selling point in you. We all know about Wagamama. Like we all want to go and be sworn at. My son has a friend who works there, and he's always like, I'm going to Wagamama for a meal. I'm like, what's the difference between that and our nice Chinese place? And he goes, Mom, there's a difference. He can't even describe it. And it's all down to marketing and having created that brand that you just say, I'm going to Wagamama. I don't know if you've all heard of Heston Blumenthal. That guy puts gold in all his dishes. He makes you eat gold. And his dishes are unique. They sound like they are from a different dimension. Jamie Oliver. We focused on chefs. Let's look at actors. I've just come from the USA. I've been away for a family holiday in the USA. When I thought about this example, it literally connected to the USA. There are so many actors, many of them are ending up as waiters, as workers in supermarkets and whatever other jobs that are out there that could give them a job while they wait for their big break as actors. They are earning less than minimum wage as actors. They are part of the Actors Guild, and they are still not getting anything happening. And then there are actors who you will pay top dollar to go watch their premiere show before it even goes out to the public or when it's launched. There are actors out there who you just want to watch. For me, it's people like Julia Roberts, it's Will Smith, it's people like, there's so many. But I'll tell you, there are actors who command 7 figures, or even 8 figures before they get out of bed to come on your screen. And yet the majority of actors earn less than minimum wage. Why? Because the majority are focusing on the majority. They are focusing on market forces. They are focusing on competing, as opposed to creating bringing out their uniqueness. And that means creating from the inside. And this is something that I cannot tell you on a public live and even pour into you fully, so for you to understand. You have to create from the inside to create something that people want. When you create from the outside, when you create from market forces, you don't create something unique because you're trying to be like everybody else. When you create from the inside, you bring the uniqueness out of you, you pour it into your product or service. And it does not matter that everybody else is creating soap, or everybody else is creating shoes, or everybody is selling hair products. Your product will sell more because you've poured something unique in it, your essence. And only you can do that. And it can be taught. You create a brand. All these other actors, while all those chefs out there have talent, their income is the special people that we will pay and go and have a meal that costs you £500, while there's a chef who creates a meal that costs £5 and you won't go to even give him the £5, is because this other chef has linked their income to their ability to get people to pay to eat their food. They have linked their income to their ability to get people to see them as unique. A steak is a steak is a steak. It's a piece of meat. But when it's presented in a certain way and cooked in a certain way by Heston Blumenthal, you want to pay like £200 for that piece of steak. There's a steak down the chippy. You get into talk shows, you get into media, you'll be invited to speak at public events, you will be able to promote your products, whether they are culinary offerings or they are digital offerings or they are whatever offerings they are. People will pay to come just for you. They will look for your product. They won't care if anybody else is selling the same product. They'll look for your product. Thank you, Justina. If you wish to become that person who's in demand, if you wish to become profitable, if you wish to become oversubscribed, I am assuming you have a product or service that solves a specific problem or gets people to their desires for the public. Even in your career, you can be that person. So do not start to think, oh, that really talks only business people. Everything I say, you can apply to your career and you become the go-to person, that person. And in this day and age, with the digital era, with post-COVID and all that, you want to stand out in your career. You have to have a problem that you solve for people. Number 2, or a desire that you get people to. Like if I'm going to travel and on vacation, there is no problem. I'm going to just fulfill a desire. Find your own unique spice. In economics terms, it's called your unique selling point. Find your unique selling point. Find that in your unique personality. You will not find it outside of you. You have to bring it out from inside of you and apply it to your product or service or platform and make that the go-to. I mean, you all know, some of you know a woman called J.K. Taylor. She sells products that you can buy in your own supermarket. You can walk down the local street and buy. But you're buying her products. Why? Because she has made you believe that her product is unique. She has poured her essence into that product and into the marketing of that product, and you're buying it. Not exactly who you wish to sell to. It is the source. It is the source. Because if you don't know who you are selling to, you're doing what I started when I started this live. You're looking at everybody. You're targeting everybody and therefore selling to nobody. There is nothing that can be sold that doesn't have a specific target. I mean, every supermarket is selling almost the same product, but every supermarket has a target audience that they are targeting. If you want to buy stuff, and you might live right next to a Sainsbury's and you still drive a few extra miles away to go to Asda or Aldi or Lidl or Tesco, because you feel that that's your supermarket. They have marketed to you and you are their target audience. There are all these supermarkets, but there is one that you drive to for your food. I drive almost 10 miles to go buy the food that I eat in a shop called Tak, because they sell African ethnic cultural food that I like to eat. I will drive almost 10 miles past an Asda, a Tesco, a Sainsbury's, 2 Aldi's, a Lidl, just to get to that supermarket. There is something unique about it. All these other supermarkets don't sell the cultural ethnic food that I like, that I grew up eating. I can share with you a resource that helps you dial in who you're targeting, who you are selling to, who is the person praying to God on their knees, fasting and tithing for what you're offering. And you're not yet in their radar. The minute you get in their radar, the minute you start speaking their message and speaking their language, your content will find itself in their feed, because the algorithm on these social platforms knows what this person is typing on Facebook looking for, and you're talking that talk. And therefore, if you can walk the talk, you'll be able to serve that person. Number 3, create your digital presence and leads pipeline. It's your distribution channel. I do not know how often I'm going to say this to you. Your Facebook page is not yours. You don't own it. Your Twitter profile, you don't own it. Your Pinterest, your Instagram, you don't own any of those resources, but they can be they can be part of your pipeline to delivering to that resource that you own, your own branded website, where you now become the Facebook, the Twitter, the LinkedIn of the world, where people will pay to come and advertise with you and to advertise your program or product as affiliates for a commission. You can do all these things, ladies. I started in 2013 and here we are. I started from zero with 49 pounds, guys. 49 pounds, not millions, not thousands, not even hundreds, 49 pounds. Now, I'm not saying 49 pounds is all I've spent all these years, but I'm telling you, you can start where you are with what you've got, play the hand you have been dealt, and you will get the results you're looking for. With focus, with belief, with gratitude, you'll get there. And with work, and I'm not using the word hard, I'm talking smart work. The 4th point is share your value daily via your content. I talked about these people sharing freely. You can go on YouTube. You'll find a YouTube for all those chefs I mentioned before. You'll find a YouTube channel for most of those actors that you want to connect with. They have a YouTube channel. They have a TikTok channel. They have a Facebook presence. I don't know how many of you go watch the Red Table Talk. That's Will Smith's wife. You can create something that will get you to your audience. I show up every week, and every single week, like clockwork, I'm banking. I am not telling you a lie. And while I was on holiday, and I'm not saying this to boast, while I was on holiday with family, I received an email notification that I had got a £10,000 contract. £10,000, not dollars, not euros, not shillings. Pounds. So while you may think, oh, Julie's not on Facebook anymore, she's not, we don't know what she's up to. I'm doing my thing, but I know from when I started, I had one aim and one aim only: to serve more people and therefore get served. Because when you serve more people, you get served. A rising tide lifts all boats. So you're sitting on your knowledge, sitting on your expertise, sitting on your experience. You are also making sure that you don't get served. A closed fist does not receive. You've got to open it. So you've got to open yourself up to sharing value, to giving value, and you will receive in return. When you breathe out your carbon dioxide, plants receive it with glee and give you back what? Oxygen, synergy. Give and you will receive. You won't even know where that value will come from. People will come to buy your value because you are giving them value. Okay, and when you're doing all that, in the middle of all that, connect, communicate, follow up, rinse and repeat. Now, understand that creating your own market and profit is about solving bigger problems for people way more than others. It's having a unique ability to get things done. You know, talent, it beats talent every single day. All these chefs have a talent or maybe even a skill, but the chefs that you want to go to their restaurants and pay whatever you want to pay are people who have created that unique ability. They have that unique ability to get things done. It's the same with actors. They have that unique air and aura about them that gets you to want to watch them. Even if you've never met these people in your whole life, you stand for them, you put up your right hand to be cut for them. When your product or service or business is perceived to be unique in the marketplace, you will make more money and get profitable. You get oversubscribed regardless of who else sells the same product or similar stuff or does the same thing as you, period. Even if there are thousands doing the same, you will still make bank more than they do because you've made your own market. You've made a mark in the market. And so you're not competing with demand and supply forces. You are working, you're doing your thing. Separate yourself from the common market. Separate yourself from the common, everybody saying the same thing. Build your own distribution channel. For that, you need a website where people come from all these places, the social media, the Facebook, the digital, the whatever, the speaking platforms that you go to. Once you're done speaking on a stage, where do you want to point people? Not to your Facebook, not to your Twitter, to your website, to your product, to your service, to your platform that you control, that you will not block yourself out of, that you will not be sent to jail for by yourself. Because all these platforms now block people. They send people to jail, quote unquote, digital jail for breaching whatever community guidelines they have. So build your own distribution channel. Do this and you can generate as much money as you decide. It's a decision. And that, my friend, is what you have to do. For the details on doing that, there are multiple coaches out there. You can come to me if you so choose. I am available to speak to you at an agreed time and agreed energy exchange. But in the meantime, let's get that website built for you. I'll just drop a link for you in the comments below of somewhere you can go visit and understand what else you can do your distribution channel going. So let's get that put there. Okay, so I've dropped a link below this video for you to go check out what else you can do in order to become oversubscribed. What things you need in place. Understand that a business needs investment. You don't invest in your business, whether you invest time or you invest money or you invest resources, you're going to have to invest. Without investing, there is no return. You could be spending. A lot of people are spending on their business. So it's a hobby. Make your business an investment. Then there is a return. You're expecting a return. You're grateful for the return and the return shall come. I'm glad that you're finding this inspiring. Maliza, thank you. Justina, thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of your week. I hope your summer is great. Take care, guys. God bless you. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell. You know what to do.